Hi, I'm Xteen, and tonight we're making Chicago-style pizza. But it's not deep dish, it's tavern-style pizza, so it's got a thin crust. We're making it based on this New York Times article that I found titled, Kenji Lopez Alt spent 5 months studying Chicago thin crust pizza. Here's what he learned.
Get ready to make pizza!
So, we already made the dough 2 nights ago. Made a big ball of dough, cut it in half. We're gonna have 2 pizzas when this is all said and done. Tonight, we're just rolling them out super thin, and then I guess we just let them sit overnight in our apartment somewhere where hopefully the cats and or bugs won't get to them. And then tomorrow, we put all the toppings on, and that's when we get to eat the pizza, hopefully, if all goes according to plan. These are our dough balls. We're gonna roll them out. I have my rolling mat that we got at the King Arthur Baking Company, which is Mecca. There we go. So we have cornmeal. I'm gonna generously dust the cornmeal. Is that generous?
That's very ASMR-y.
Hell yeah. You can do the lid too. People love lids. We're gonna take our dough out of the bag. Roll the dough into a very thin circle, 14 inches in diameter, which is perfect because that's the biggest circle on this handy dandy rolling mat that I can't say enough good things about. We're gonna make it just thin as hell. Thin as my patience on a Friday afternoon when I'm working and I need to not be. That's 14 inches. I feel happy with that. That's mostly round. So now that we have this rolled out, we're gonna line this flat surface with parchment paper, and then we're gonna let it just sit. Yes. Look at that. All right. Time to roll out ball of dough number 2. My arms are tired, but my spirits are high. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna find somewhere to put these, and then I'll see you tomorrow when we dress these bad boys and eat some pizza, hopefully. Heyo! It is day 4 of making this Chicago tavern-style pizza. The pizza is imminent, but first we're gonna make sauce. Sauce is easy to make. It's just a little bit of extra credit that we're happy to do. First, I'm gonna dump in this 28-ounce can of Hunt's whole tomatoes. It's going in the food processor. Next, I'll get the tomato paste in there, and I will put the link to the sauce recipe in the description, so don't you worry if you want to make sauce at home and feel like an Italian grandma. Next, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, our Italian seasoning mix, sugar, 4 minced cloves of garlic. It smells delicious. Red wine vinegar, garlic powder, and last but not least, salt. Okay, we are gonna pop the lid back on here, locked in for safety, and we're gonna pulse until there's only a few little chunkies left, until it looks like sauce. You know what sauce should look like. Have we done it? Did it happen already? I feel like it looks good, I think. I think that looks good. I think that looks like sauce. We're getting closer. All right, it's time for the fun part. We're gonna assemble the pizza. This is what we've all been waiting for. The hangriness wants to set in, but we're not gonna let it. We're gonna assemble the pizza, and then it's only gonna take 10 minutes to bake, so this is exciting. Okay, we've got our pizza spatula. We're gonna put it on here and then hopefully just slide it onto the pizza stone that's in the oven. It's already been in the oven, heating up with the oven for an hour at 500 degrees. We're gonna spread cornmeal on here so that nothing gets sticky. That looks good. And I'm gonna grab our dough that we worked so hard on last night. I'll be right back. Here it is. Okay, so our boy Kenji of the New York Times said to flip it and then take the parchment paper off this way. He said that the top would be drier than the bottom side. Both of my sides feel dry, so I don't really, just hopefully it's fine. And then he also said to poke it with a fork first so that no bubbles form when it's in the oven. But again, this dough feels very dry. It was sitting out for, I guess, 20 hours. Maybe that's longer than you're supposed to let it sit, but you are supposed to let it cure overnight, so who knows? Feels good to stab. Okay. Now, sauce. Sauce is the next step. This is the sauce we just made. Tasted it, it's amazing. I'm never gonna buy a jar of pizza sauce again, so highly recommend. And it's so easy, you saw. The recipe says to spread your sauce all the way to the edges, so I'm gonna do that. It smells really good. It's very garlicky, but not in an overpowering way. Garlicky, and also the red wine vinegar, I feel like, brings out a nice flavor. I think that looks pretty good. Next is Parmesan. We grated up some Parmesan. This is the amount that we're gonna use for both pizzas because we made 2 crusts last night. We're gonna have 2 of these. So I'm just gonna use almost half right now, and then we're gonna sprinkle a little bit more on top after it bakes. We're just gonna sprinkle this around. This feels like a lot of Parmesan, but this is the amount that the recipe called for. I guess that's good. We shredded some mozzarella. That's going on top now. I think that's looking pretty good. Okay. 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 All right. Next, we're gonna do sausage. And surprise, it's a vegetarian pizza. Woo! I'm a vegetarian, have been for 16 years. So we're using Impossible sausage that we just roasted in the skillet and mashed up a little bit earlier. The recipe said to just sort of sprinkle it around with your fingertips. So that's what we're trying to do. Okay, now the special Chicago ingredient, giardiniera. It's Marconi brand, a Chicago tradition since 1898 and a product of the USA. Who doesn't love that? It's the original Chicago style, according to the label. It comes in a bunch of oil, so we strained that out using a mesh strainer, and here it is. And I'm just gonna dollop it around the pizza as I have been doing with the other toppings. And I tried a little bit before this and it is spicy, which I'm excited about because I like some heat. Okay. It's assembled. We're ready to put it in the oven. The time has come and I'm ready to eat. It's been 4 days. Okay, it's time. It's finally time. We're gonna try it. The edges got just a little bit crispy in the oven, but I think it's still gonna be delicious. I'm going for this piece in the middle here. That crust, that's thin. That's thin crust. It feels good in the hand. It is hot. We let it rest for 3 minutes. Hopefully I don't burn my mouth. That's what the recipe said to do. I'm just following the rules. Okay, I'm gonna take a bite. It's really good. It's not too spicy. The giardiniera is spicy, but it's just the right amount. I feel like the cheese and the sauce balance everything out. The crust is good. It's like a little bit crispy on the bottom, still soft like on the top where the sauce meets the cheese, meets the toppings. It's delicious. I'm gonna eat this whole pizza, probably. This is a pizza that you don't need ranch with, you know? Some pizzas, they need a little ranch. They need a little red pepper flakes on top to make the experience a little more exciting. This is exciting. I feel excited. For a vegetarian pizza, A+. So I'm gonna just keep eating now. Thanks for watching. Bye.